I think we're actually going to make a lot more money building AI-powered fighter jets in real life than that movie made. But it was really inspiring at the time. The tech's finally caught up to make it possible.
That's Palmer Luckey, often called the Elon Musk of defense tech, who's known for saying things like,
I talked earlier about NPC thinking that prioritizes popularity over principles.
The movie he referenced is Stealth, a 2005 big-budget action flick remembered more for its financial failure than its content. But sometimes box office bombs have the biggest real-world impact. In Stealth's case, it's helped shape the future of war. Let's dive into how what filmmakers imagined as science fiction manifested into reality. Whether that's a good thing is another question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
You know what I think? Don't think, drink.
Stealth centers around a futuristic AI-powered fighter jet called EDI, which stands for Extreme Deep Invader. It features an all-star cast, including Jamie Foxx, who won an Oscar for his portrayal of Ray Charles the prior year, and then rising stars Jessica Biel and Josh Lucas as Navy pilots tasked with controlling the jet when it goes rogue. The story is from a spec script called Warrior by W.D. Richter, who was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay for 1980's Brubaker, a prison drama starring Robert Redford. He's more well known for his work on the critically acclaimed 1978 remake of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. His 2002 screenplay about a malfunctioning high-tech fighter jet generated interest for its high-concept premise. Columbia Pictures acquired the rights in August 2002, and by the following November, Rob Cohen was attached as director, fresh off the success of The Fast and the Furious and XXX. His reputation as a reliable, high-octane action director with a fascination for artificial intelligence made him an obvious choice. XXX, the 2002 movie that made Vin Diesel a household name, featured advanced surveillance and weapons systems, including devices that could analyze and track targets in real time. For Stealth, Cohen cited Macross, a highly influential Japanese anime franchise that began in 1982, as a main source of inspiration. Stealth's rogue AI jet fighter mirrors the advanced Valkyrie fighters in the anime with its sleek design and high-tech capabilities. With $135 million, Cohen had nearly double the budget for Stealth than he did for XXX. The budget was on the high end then as well as now. In 2005, it was in the same ballpark as Star Wars 3, Revenge of the Sith, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and Batman Begins. Adjusted for inflation, the budget would be $216 million today, in the same ballpark as Twisters. Unlike those movies, Stealth had no built-in audience or franchise appeal. Still, the studio expected a return given Cohen's prior successes.
It's been so long since there has been, a big fighter pilot, jet movie. Since Top Gun, what has there been? There's been nothing. So I think people will be really excited. It's new again.
Extensive CGI, complex aerial combat sequences, and global location shooting across Australia, New Zealand, and Thailand drove costs. The filmmakers consulted heavily with the US military during production. Several scenes were shot on real Navy aircraft carriers, including the USS Abraham Lincoln, USS Nimitz, and USS Carl Vinson. The close cooperation with the filmmakers was part of a broader strategy to drive recruitment as the public soured on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
What are you setting your sights on? And when you see it, will you be ready? Just pick up the phone, dial 1-800-645-ARMY.
In 2005, the Army missed its recruitment target by 6,600 soldiers, falling short for the first time since 1999. Critics tore Stealth to pieces, calling the plot absurd and the characters underdeveloped. However, they generally praised the state-of-the-art special effects.
In the funniest, supposedly serious sequence of the year, Biel gives play-by-play commentary as she somehow survives an ejection that would kill Superman.
I'm ejected! At 35,000 feet! I'm under the plane! Here it comes!
Yeah, I like the part where she's trying to get across the DMZ from North Korea to South Korea, and they're spotting one single person from the air in airplanes that are going, what, I don't know, 1,000 miles an hour?
8 million miles an hour, I believe they're going.
That's the correct speed, okay.
Sony Pictures, which owns Columbia, expected Stealth to be a summer blockbuster on par with Top Gun or Independence Day. Marketing costs pushed the total cost of Stealth to around $200 million. The movie's box office gross was less than half that at $79 million. The $120 million loss is remembered as one of the biggest box office flops in cinematic history. It's ranked alongside other notorious box office failures like 2012's John Carter, 2002's The Adventures of Pluto Nash, and 2011's Mars Needs Moms. The box office bombing was likely a combination of factors including its 13% aggregated score from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, which in the mid-aughts was rising in popularity. It came out during a busy summer for movies, competing with the likes of Wedding Crashers and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Analysts also said marketing missed the target, with trailers focused on effects and action over story or characters. The theme was unrelatable for the general public. The concept of futuristic fighter jets was just too far-fetched. The idea was ridiculous. Or was it?
I'm in the cockpit flying the airplane. The only difference is that we're sitting on the ground and the airplane's now 2,500 feet above the ground.
This is Predator, one of a fleet of unmanned aircraft built by General Atomic for NASA and other NATO countries. Its mission, to enter the arena of war and provide the kind of intelligence that will give them a strategic advantage.
By 2005, the U.S. military was already using unmanned aerial vehicles like the MQ-1 Predator for reconnaissance and strike missions. Advances in AI for autonomous flight and decision-making were underway. While Eddie's self-awareness and independence were fictional, the core idea of autonomous military aircraft was plausible and something the Pentagon was actively pursuing. Stealth showed jets reaching global targets, echoing the U.S. prompt global strike concept to hit anywhere on Earth within an hour. Its high-speed maneuvers mirrored ongoing research into hypersonic flight. Programs like NASA's X-438 demonstrated experimental hypersonic capabilities by 2004, reaching speeds above Mach 9. And real-world stealth jets like the B-2 Spirit and the F-22 Raptor were already in service, featuring advanced radar-evading designs similar to EDI's. Stealth was released on DVD and VHS in November 2005 and quickly became a fixture in clearance bins. While critics and audiences derided it, Stealth had one big fan, Palmer Luckey, who'd go on to found the massively successful defense startup Anduril Industries.
I'm confident we're going to deliver on budget and on schedule some really sick AI-powered fighter jets, which between you and me, it's a dream that I've had since I was 12 years old and watched the 2005 film Stealth, which didn't do very well at the box office.
I'd have to go back and watch that movie. Never heard of it. It's like Sharknado 6. I mean, I'm sure it exists, but I've just never heard of it.
It's not a great movie, but I love it. I'm sure you have films that are the same.
Luckey was homeschooled in Long Beach, California, giving him freedom to explore his unique interests. He built custom gaming rigs and experimented with virtual reality as a teenager. Luckey gained recognition in 2012 when he founded Oculus, whose Rift VR headset kickstarted the virtual reality market.
The games industry is the only one with the tools and the talents to create high-performance 3D worlds. It's not architecture or communication or design or anything else. It really is the games industry. So over time, games industry people and talent is going to expand into all those other areas, and that's going to help carry VR further.
The Rift prototype went viral via a Kickstarter campaign. Facebook, now Meta, acquired Oculus in 2014. Luckey departed Facebook 3 years later in March 2017 amid controversy about his support for President Trump and shifting leadership dynamics.
For me, it was everything, and I lost everything. It almost destroyed me. I'm still filled with rage about it. I always will be.
He quickly launched Anduril, with a focus on transforming military capabilities.
I was able to create Anduril because a small group of people were willing to give me a second chance, to let me build something great in an important but controversial industry that was being constantly berated by people who thought we lived at the end of history.
In November 2022, he unveiled the concept of a VR headset that kills the user if they die in the virtual world. In 2024, Luckey re-entered the extended reality space, partnering with Microsoft to up-level the Army's integrated visual augmentation system. The mixed reality headsets help soldiers see more of the battlefield and detect threats in real time.
Anduril is looking to develop cutting-edge tech to the tune of a nearly $22 billion investment. The collaboration focuses on incorporating Anduril's Lattice platform into an augmented reality headset, which will equip soldiers with crucial live battlefield data sourced from drones, ground vehicles, and air defense systems. Luckey aims to equip soldiers with superhuman sensory perceptions that can detect threats beyond typical auditory and visual ranges, making them more effective and safer in combat.
Anduril has experienced rapid growth since its founding, quickly gaining attention for its autonomous systems, AI-driven platforms, and sensor fusion for military and national security applications. Today, Anduril develops autonomous aircraft and advanced military systems similar to the tech in stealth.
It's worked out pretty well for us so far. We work with every branch of the U.S. military across every warfighting domain, also a bunch of U.S. partners and allies building autonomous submarines, autonomous fighter jets, autonomous swarming missiles, ground vehicles, and a whole variety of other interesting software systems.
The Anduril tech most similar to the AI-powered Eddy jet fighter in stealth is its Fury autonomous air vehicle. The Fury, introduced in 2023, operates fully independently, using advanced AI to execute missions without direct human control. Like the jet fighter in stealth, Fury is versatile and designed for a broad range of tasks, including surveillance, target acquisition, and strikes. Fury integrates real-time data from many sources, mirroring Eddy's ability to process vast amounts of data of info during combat. Unlike Eddy, however, Fury is not fully autonomous in weapon deployment. It requires human oversight in lethal decision-making, at least for now.
You and me, we're two. 2 is a prime number, which makes it a lucky number. And I think we're very, very lucky.